Good morning. Coach Kelvin here with another segment of Mindset Group Coaching Call. Today's subject matter will be time has no bearing on money. Pray that you guys are ready to take some copious notes and get started. So therefore, mute yourselves and let's go. Alrighty. Time and money. Time has no bearing on money. When we say that, we have to look at what does that really mean to us. Time has no bearing on money. Most of us has been grown up in an environment conditioned by the people that we respected, we trusted, and honored in our lives, such as our parents, our relatives, our big sisters and brothers, our teachers, our college professors, and everybody in the world always telling us about how money is tied to time. But the truth of the matter, time has no bearing on money. And one of the things that hinders a lot of traders is that we're in a position to make unlimited amount of wealth at any given moment in time that we choose to, are in the right place at the right time, taking the right trades, and it lines up with us. But there's a conflict that's going on inside of us. Internally, we are fighting against ourselves in this arena, and we can't understand why we are having such a hard time accumulating wealth or maintaining the wealth that we accumulate through the market. Because I know as traders, we have some great days trading where we get in and we will make a pretty decent amount of money. Sometimes we'll make our week's worth of salary that we traded time for dollars over 40 hours or more to make a salary. And we honor that, we respect that salary so much, we'll literally fight for that salary if somebody tries to take it from us, because we justified that money because we've had it tied to the time that we invested on the job or in the business to accumulate that wealth. See, most of us ideas about money and time to make, especially large sums of money, we got to have time with it to feel worthy of the money that we made. So these ideas, guys, they do not apply in the trading markets at all. Being that you're a professional trader, these ideas do not apply to you in your trading. As a trader, it can literally you can literally make thousands of dollars in a matter of minutes or even seconds with very little bit of effort expended at all. I know my shortest work day, guys, my shortest work day was 41 seconds. I made the goal that I had set for myself in 41 seconds, and that was a week's worth of salary in 41 seconds. Now, when I made that mark and I did such a thing, there was an internal conflict going on inside my mind. Yeah, internal conflict. What do you mean, Kelvin? There was something that was saying, Kelvin, that was too easy. Kelvin, you didn't work hard for that money. Kelvin, what are you doing? Kelvin, easy money is not good money. Kelvin, you got to work hard to earn good living. You didn't work hard for that money. Unawarely. Now, hear this out. Consciously, I'm not thinking that way. Consciously, I'm celebrating, but internally, I don't feel real good about the money I made. Internally, I'm really having a struggle with it because I didn't put the time, I didn't put the effort, I didn't put blood, sweat, and tears in, I didn't put no elbows grease in, and guess what? I have a problem going on with making that large sum of money in such a short period of time. Now, in this business of trading, guys, this is very different than anything you've ever done before in your life. Everything that you was raised up as a child to do. Your parents told you, you got to work hard to earn a good living. Your teachers told you, go to school, get an education, go to college, then you will get a good job, and then you deserve that money. Effort again. But the truth of the matter, guys, all that was a lie. It was a lie to you, meaning that you were in a position to make that kind of money without have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears. Do you hear me? You do not have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears to make that money. So what do you have to do? You have to get yourself reprogrammed. You have to reprogram yourself to be able to make that money and feel good about yourself. This is what I want to say here. One, get yourself wrapped around the fact that you do not have to work hard to make money. Believe that you can raise thousands and thousands of dollars in literally seconds if the market makes it available for you. Put that in your mindset, adopt that as part of who you are, and let that be your new paradigm when it comes to money, especially large sums of money. It does not take a lot of time or effort to make that money. It does not. You see, when you first start trading, when I first started trading, I'll use myself here, my friends, my families, they couldn't understand how I did what I was doing in just a matter of minutes. And they was like, man, something must be wrong with that. They had a trouble for me sitting back and say, I made $5,000, I made $10,000 today. And it takes them literally 2 or 3 months to make $10,000. Hey, I make it in a day. That made them feel uncomfortable. It made them feel, well, I'm going to say this here, but they had an inferiority complex when it came to that. The truth of the matter is that in this business, we can do this every day, literally by pushing a button. Because we are putting the effort in, we're learning, we're putting ourselves in the right place, educating ourselves. We got the effort in, it's just not based in time. So once you get the concept of trading, then you can literally be in the right place at the right time and make thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in a day or an hour or a minute. All depends on the sizing that you do in your contracts. You see, most people don't understand that. Your parents won't understand it. Your brothers, your sisters won't understand it. Your spouse may not even understand it. And you have to deal with that negative pressure when you're trading and making money. Now, hear this. On the surface, in your consciousness, in your awakeness, in doing things, you're not thinking that. But everything that you do consciously when it comes to taking trades and making trades, you have to go back into your subconscious mind, which makes up 90% of your brain matter, and pull information out the file cabinets that you stored it in from your childhood, from your teachers, from your parents, from your friends, from the people that you love and admire and respect, and what they say about money, their view on money. And when you get that money in, there's something inside of you fighting against what you just did, and you will end up taking another trade literally in the same breath and give the money right back to the market. Now, in this business, we have to understand this is easy. It's okay. It's acceptable. And we got to get that stinking thinking out of our brain when everybody told us about money and how it should work. This view will cause a mental conflict with you, conscious and subconsciously in your mind. And I want you to be able to say to yourself that it's okay for me to make money quickly. I am a money magnet. Money comes to me easy. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I'm going to self-talk myself into a situation where I can accept the strength of the things that I've done in the area of money. This is why I would encourage you, when you're taking your trades and you make a really good trade and you make a sizable amount of money, I encourage you to stop, get up out of your chair, literally turn the computer off and walk away. Go take a walk around the ground, around the grass, barefooted, ground yourself again. Go take a walk, go to the gym, but get away from the computer, because that internal fight, if you stay here at the computer, you're going to see another opportunity to get in a trade that's faulty, but it's really saying get in this trade right now. It's not greed driving you. It's the conflict that's saying that you don't deserve this money. Give it back. How many times you would have experienced as a child, maybe growing up, you find a large sum of something and you go and say, hey man, look what I found. And they say, man, you better go get that money back. You ever had that happen to you before? I've had it happen to me. You better get that money back. Something must be wrong. It must be stolen. It must be somewhere else. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but I'm saying that everybody that you know and where you were growing up, for most people, they were growing up in an environment where easy money wasn't acceptable. And I want us to change that, because we're in a business right now where we can make literally thousands of dollars, but we have to get through this mental conflict about easy money. Let's make this example here. Let's just say you had a business or a job and you worked 40 hours or 50 hours that week. And on Friday, Mr. Sam came in and gave you your paycheck. Here you go, Joe. You did a great job. You earned this money. You gave me your time. You put in the effort. Here's your pay. You walk away like a peacock, chest stuck out. You got the feathers up. And you're like, man, I did a good thing, man. Look all the money I made this week. Boy, I put in the time. I worked hard, but I deserve this money. Now, Joe Blow comes walking up and say, hey, Sam, how you doing, brother? Hey, man, I know you worked hard all this week. Give me that check. You probably get pretty indignant. You probably raise up your fist and want to fight. What are you talking about? And you're going to justify this money is earned by you because you worked hard for this money. You got up early and you worked late for this money. I will knock you out talking about getting my money. But at the same time, you took in the market in 1 minute, you made your week's worth of salary. And why is it so easy for you to push the button in the next minute and give the money back to the market? Ask yourself that question. That's a serious thing that we have to get over, guys. This is the reprogramming that we have to do. This is the real reason why here at DTC Coaching, we weigh heavily on mindset. We weigh heavily on the psychological aspect of trading. We weigh heavily on how you think when it comes to trading. And I'm literally looking here 2 days a week to help reprogram your thinking to line up with the market and the industry that you're in as a professional, because you got to get used to making money real easy, especially if you're working with DTC Coaching. You got to be used to making thousands of dollars in 1 day or in 1 minute, especially if you're working with here at DTC Coaching, because that's what we do. We are breakout traders. We find stress points in the market and we take advantage of them. We take advantage of, we go pull money out the market readily every day. And it is up to us to maintain and keep the money. I believe every trader in this conference right now, this session right now that we're doing, makes money every day go green on their account. I believe that, and that may not be true, but I'm going to believe that is true. That every day you trade, for some degree, your account goes green by maybe $100 or maybe $1,000 or maybe $10,000. I believe that because with the strategies and the systems that we have in place and using our acronyms and our trading strategies, we get in the market at opportune times to take advantage of the big moves. We call them breakouts. And I say we are breakout traders. Well, when that happens, and at the end of the day, you end up red, then you have to ask yourself, what happened? And you have to understand, maybe there was an internal conflict going on with you that caused you to give that money back to the market. And this is what we call that the negative feedback loop running in your thoughts. Guys, it's real. And the thing about it is that you're not aware of it. You are not aware of it. It is running in your subconscious mind, not on the surface. You're not thinking about giving that money back, but there's something that you're using as a data point for collecting information to make a conscious decision. You see, every decision you make, your conscious mind says, oh, let me figure this out. It ponders. You know what it's doing? It's literally going back into your subconscious mind, open up the file drawers, and whatever you have stored in them drawers will be your data points that you're going to use to extrapolate a decision that you're going to consciously make. Now, you don't know that the data is faulty because it's in your subconscious mind. You literally trust yourself in your decision making. But if you have faulty data, you're going to have faulty actions. And the action is going to say, hey, I can get back in and get more. Yeah, I'm going to take this trade right here. And literally, this trade is not ready to work. And you don't get in. Now, check this out. You don't get in at the TLP. You don't patiently wait for the next opportunity to get a trade. Literally, within a minute or 2 minutes, you're back in a trade. And if I'm lying, I'm sorry, but I don't think I am. I didn't want to say that. But if I'm not telling the truth, then I'm sorry, I'm accusing you, but I will tell you that is what you're doing. Why? Because I do it. I have done it hundreds and thousands of times until I realized that, man, are you insane? You keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get different results. That is clearly the definition of insanity. So what I decide to do is that when I make that big trade, and I make them 40, 50, 60, 100-point trades, and I make the 100 or 500 or $1,000, I literally stop trading. I will walk away, go take a break, go talk to my wife, go read the paper, go check the news, do anything I can do but to get away from that computer, because I know my subconscious mind is telling me that, man, you don't deserve that money. You need to get that money back. You know, easy money is not good money. Something must be wrong with this system. You know, that's mental conflict, guys. And that negative feedback loop is not your fault. It was programmed into you since you was a child. Everything you saw. You sit down at the table with your parents to eat, and your father came home on Friday. He brought a paycheck home. Mama picked a big old meal, and he's sitting here telling you about work, the values of hard work, because all he knew was hard work. He gave you the best he could. She gave you the best she could, because all she knew that time was based on money, and money was based on time, effort, and hard work. Your teachers were programming you to go out and get your education, to get a job, to earn a good living. That's what they were trained to do. Do you know rich people don't do that with their kids? They don't teach their kids that stuff. They teach their kids to come up with an idea, implement it, and get somebody else to do the hard work to bring it to fruition, and they get rich on your efforts. Because don't believe that the man at your job paying you a salary is making less than you making every week. He's taking your effort and multiplying it 5, 10, 20 times, and he's paying you a fraction of what you're worth. But here in the trading industry, it's not that way. It's not that way. It is not that way. So we have to make sure that we get rid of any negative thoughts or feedback that's coming into our mind that's causing conflict with our tradings, especially when it comes to large sums of money, guys. Because I am saying to you today, you can literally make $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 in literally minutes or seconds. Now, I'm not saying that's the reality for most people, because most of us are not going to trade 10 to 20 contracts, but that may not be your goal. Your goal may be $500 a day. That's probably more than 90% of Americans make, or 95% of Americans make on a job at any given day. You're in that position. So if your goal is $500, $1,000, or $2,000, whatever that number may be, I want you to be satisfied, and don't let any negative thoughts in your subconscious mind push you to give that money back. Now, remember this here. You're going to go against the grain. You're going to go against what your parents told you, what your friends told you, what your teachers told you. Okay, you're going to have a fight going on in your mind. And the only way you're going to win that fight, you're going to literally have to walk away from the computer. You see, in most people's careers and their businesses, it doesn't happen this way. They don't even have a concept on how could you make such a large sum of money in such a small period of time. But remember, say to yourself, time has no bearing on my money. Own it. Time has no bearing on the money that I make. Time has no bearing on the money that I keep. It is my money. And I can get it easily because the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. You're a money magnet. Money comes to you easily. When you walk, money, you pass out money, money jumps in your pocket. Why? Because you deserve it. You are God's child. You deserve the best of everything. You don't have to work hard for anything, because when you are in command of your emotions and you're in command of your environment will literally put you in a position to produce anything that you desire. It just attracts itself to you. You didn't find DTC coaching by mistake. You found it because you're in the right place at the right time for what you need to go to the next level in your career of being a trader. But you must follow the rules. You must take the lessons. You must fight against the negative feedback. Anything that's contradicting your trade, then you have to get it fixed. Because if your view of how money flows is flawed, you're going to have a struggle in your trading and you're not going to meet your goals. So I want you to be able to see clearly what it's doing. See, to most people, the possibility to make money quickly is something they will never experience, but you get the chance to experience it every day. As a trader, every day you sit in here, especially if you're doing a pre-market coaching with us, you come in and we sit there and literally we make anywhere, you could have a possibility to make anywhere from $100 to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, literally in the first 90 minutes of the market movement, first 2 hours that we meet together. And at that time, when we end our session, everyone, if the opportunity presented itself, should have made their goal for today and should be finished trading for that day. If we decide to come back to the market and trade, I truly encourage you not to. But if you decide to, because you're a one-man sport, you make your own decisions, then you must trade wisely, not trading that money that you've already earned, hard work by pushing the button. You earned that money, not put that money back in the market. So what you can do is you can trade on simulated account to practice your entries to get better and better and better and better at executing your edges without hesitation. So the next day you go back into the market, you can do the rinse and repeat the same thing again, but do not put the money back in the market. So as a successful trader, you have to get used to making money quickly. And this is a problem for many people because of the mental conflict with that kind of situation. They're just not comfortable making that kind of money. So what I'm advising you to do is get up, walk away, turn off the computer, because if you stay there, your belief system is going to override your well-being or your best interest. It's just called acting in your own best interest. And it will take over and cause you to do something that's contrary to everything you said you want to do in your trading. You see, your beliefs came from your upbringing. It came from everything that it's the core of who you are. And the thing about it is you don't even realize what's going on. You don't realize what's going on. It's just there, it's unaware, it's not your conscious mind. And guys, this can lead to a serious problem, okay? It could lead to a serious problem. I want you to get used to making money and making money easily, okay? I covered these points already. I spoke them through. To be successful, you need to get used to making money easily. Okay, I covered this right here. So let's go. The first problem that's going to lead to is this here. This is the big one, guys. If you subconsciously don't believe that you deserve the money, then you're going to do some things that's contrary to what it is you need to do. So if you subconsciously believe you don't deserve the money, you're not going to keep it. You're going to lose it. You're going to give it back, okay? You're going to give it back quickly, like hot potato. As soon as you get it, you're going to give it back to the market. See, you got to fight that thought. You can't make money that fast. Them voices in your head, you got to fight it. You have to fight it. You got to fight it. It will find a way to get the money back. You know how you get rid of the money? You go out and you take your wife to lunch or your husband to lunch. You go buy your kids something. You go pay for a vacation. That's how you get rid of the money. You use the money for something that will benefit you and your family. You take the money, you put into your 401k, you put into your retirement account. You go pay off your debt with the money, but don't give the money back to the market. You see, if you stay there, you're going to give it back. That's why Coach always say, get away from the computer. And you end up doing the thing that you do not deserve because you do not deserve to give them that money back. You deserve to make that money easily. You deserve to make that money every day. And I want you to be in position to do that. Okay? Don't give the money back. Get that thoughts out your mind. What they said when you was a kid. Get that thought out your mind, what your parents said. Your parents were wonderful people. They meant the best, but they wasn't giving you the best information when it came to that. Okay? They did the best they can, but that wasn't the right information that they gave you. And I want you to be okay with overriding that negative programming that they gave you. Parents are great. They did good. They meant well, but get that thinking out. You deserve those large daily gains. You deserve it, guys. You deserve it. Know that, own it, man. I've put myself in position. I made an intelligent decision. I understand that my work does not have to be hard. My position does not have to be hard. I am in a place of influential influence. I'm in a place to take my influence and impose it upon the market and pull money out the market as the market makes it available for me. I deserve it. Say it to yourself right now, I deserve those large daily gains. You got to reprogram your mind. There's a book I want you guys to buy if you haven't done so. It is by Shed Hamsetter, and it's called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. It's literally a book that speaks about self-talk. And if you examine yourself right now, when you do self-talk, that means your internal talk, your internal dialogue, is it mostly positive or negative? When it comes to money, is it mostly positive or negative? When it comes to your encouragement or your belief system in you as a person, is it positive or negative? Your worldview, is it positive or negative? You see, you're a speaking spirit. Whatever you say, you create. What you think about the most, you become. These are facts. So if you dwell on negative things, you dwell on the velocity of money and it's there, even though you constantly talking to coach, oh, coach, I want to make $1,000. I want to make $1 million this year. You telling me all these lofty ideas, but internally, you don't feel like you deserve it. You don't feel like you can. We have to fix that. And the only way you're going to fix that, we have to reprogram your mind. Yeah, we got to get that old negative programming out and put a new programming in, and then I'm more than a conqueror. I can do all things that I put my mind to. I deserve this here. I don't have to work hard. I just have to work smart for my money. And this is work, guys. This is your business. And when you do that, guys, you will be okay. So that's the first problem I gave it to you. You don't feel like you deserve the money. The second problem is this here. Is with the mental conflict, it causes many people to say the stay in trades too long, meaning that you're in a trade, you're up 10, 20, 30 points, and you don't take profit out. In the trade, you green, you in there, and you don't take profit. You let the same trade run in and turn around, go negative, and takes you out to a loss. You're in that session of trading, you green, but you won't leave the market. You won't stay there and stay there and stay there until you red. Then you leave the market. You feel better. Consciously, you don't feel good. You feel really like a dunce. But inside of you, you're satisfied because that money wasn't the right money. And that's what we have to get rid of. Okay? Now, when it comes to, the problem comes up when you feel the trade must be worth much more than it is. What does that mean, Kelvin? That means that the market will only give you what it's going to give you. If the market is in a place where it will run 10, 20 points, and that's all it has to give, take the 10, 20 points. Take the 5 points, take the 10 points, and be okay with it because we're going to impose our will on the market, and your market needs to go another 50 points. There's a story of two traders. I don't want to get too long-winded here, but two traders. One had the view of the market, I want to make 200 points today. That's what I want to make. And the market was only willing to give 100 points. Stayed in the trade, market won 100 points. Then the market turned against him, went down, 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 went back to his entry, ended up losing 200 points. Believing the market's going to go where it's going to go, which it was not going to go. Then another trader named Joe Blow, he took the same trade, and the market gave 100 points. At 100 points, he said, okay, this is the area of confluence. Is that a place of resistance? I can see the market's going to stop here, or possibly pull back, may go further, but I'm going to take my piece. That's why we have profit targets built into our strategy, meaning that when the market gets to a certain area, we take profit or gain out the market at that level, and that is our strategy. We set it up for a 15 and a 30-point profit taking. Automatically take out a trade. Do not move your profit-taking targets. Take your gain. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You don't eat an elephant in one setting. You take him slowly. This is a big meal. So same thing with your trading. Take your 10, 15, 20, 30 points out the market as the market presents itself, and do not go back in the market once you get the gain. You see, don't be greedy. Plan your trades. This is what gets you in trouble. And if you are being greedy, you're not journaling, you're not planning your trades, that is the mental conflict going in, because you prepare for work. You prepare to get a job, you go to get your education, you take the test, you pass all the prerequisites for that job and that interview, and you get the job and you feel you earned it. Well, the same thing with your trading. You have to plan your trade, prepare yourself, do your charting, have your expectations of what the market's going to do or won't do. Use your actionable signals to get in and use that as a premise to take your trade out. That you deserve. But if you don't plan your trade, then you are subject to be jumping in trades, moving your stops, your starts, your stops, your take profits all around, and no consistency. What builds consistency is doing the same thing over and over again. If you are not practicing, if you are not charting, if you are not being consistent in doing the same thing, there's something sabotaging your behavior and causing you to lose money versus taking money out the market. That's an internal conflict, guys. There's something going on in your programming that's causing that to happen. Coach don't mean to harp on you like I'm doing, but I need you to get this. Because if you don't, this dream of being a millionaire, the dream of retiring with this extra income is not going to be a reality to you. And I want to get you there. So the only way we're going to get there, we have to change the way we think about money, change the way we think about ourselves. Even if you don't feel good about yourself, I want you to fake like you're feeling good. I have a chant I do every morning. It's called, I feel good, I feel fine. I feel this way all the time. If you ask me why, I'll tell you why. I have faith, courage, and enthusiasm. I say that 10 times at the top of my voice. My neighbors think I'm crazy. They think this man has lost his mind. Every morning he's shouting out in the shower. What is going on with him? Because I have to talk myself into this way I want to be, because all the time I don't feel like a winner. All the time I don't feel like I can take money out the market. So how do I shift that feeling? I have to talk myself into it. And guys, if you do that 10 times, I promise you, I don't care how you feeling, you're going to feel encouraged. You know, I got 10 pledges I gave everyone. I read them pledges every day. Why? I'm a winner. I'm an achiever. I can do anything I put my mind to. And I start saying them things out loud so my subconscious mind can hear it, because your subconscious mind believes everything you say. No filters on it. Like we say, oh, that's good. Oh, that's bad. And we'll filter the information. But your subconscious mind takes all the information as raw data and puts it in there. Stores it for you. So if you keep telling yourself things that are good, that are positive, that's wholesome, that are about yourself, guess what happens? Your subconscious mind going to store that too with no filters. And when you get ready to pull up how you feel about yourself, you're going to say, man, I'm God's crazy creation. I can do anything I want to do. Yeah, I put my mind to it. I can do it. If it's to be, it's up to me. All these things you start saying about yourself becomes your reality, and it shifts everything in your life. You become that person people want to be around. Be a person that walk in the room, the lights start flashing, the room starts shaking. Say, who is that? Oh, it's Verrett walked into the room. Well, man, because I'm a mover and a shaker. Now, am I a mover and a shaker? I might be the saddest guy in Babylon. But you know what? In my mind, I'm the greatest guy in Babylon. And I'm gonna talk myself into that situation, into that state of mind, into that state of being. That is important to you. Get back off the rabbit trail. Okay, second problem is the conflict is this here. You're into a trade or you hold it too long. You get out that trade, you done made your 10, 20 points, don't enter into the trade. Stop trading, walk away. I deserve this money. And if you in your week with week after day of green trades, no matter how big or how small, your P&L will grow. But if you're in the weeks, red, green, days, red, green, your portfolio will stay flat and you will never make money. Over time, you will not hit your goals over time. And that is not why you're here at DTC Coaching. You should be making constant gains on your account. Constant gains on your account. Do not re-enter a trade. That's a problem. Take the gains, walk away, close the computer, be okay with it, whatever the market gives you. Now, know the market. Okay, know the market. Know the market. We all know that the market does not have anything to do with anything. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. Okay? The market don't know you, don't hate you. The market's going to do what it's going to do. You have to be objectively looking at the market. And when you objectively look at the market, guess what happens? You get a chance to see the market for what it is presenting to you. You take the gains as the market gives it to you. And at that point there, you be satisfied, whatever that is that the market gives you that's on the positive. Your job is to get out the market every day without losing money. So that means that you're going to be patient, okay? The market remember this here, the market doesn't have to do anything. Market flow, okay? It only does what the buy and sell orders cause it to do. So the market is controlled by people that puts in millions of orders, and the algorithm is designed to bring the buyers and sellers together, and that puts them together in a place where they make money or take money out of the market at any given time. Okay, the market will do what the orders coming and telling it to do. That's why on our charts we have fair value gaps, we have support and resistance areas, we have moving areas, moving averages on our charts to tell us where the supports or places are stressors in the market where support or resistance comes in, and we make decisions on how to take our trades. Because of the orders that the people are putting in, and the algorithm is designed to bring the buyer and seller together in the auction process. The market can the market can take away profits just as easily as it can give you to you, and just as easily as it can give them, and just as quickly. So you can either be winning or losing, because in every trade, there's a winner and there's a loser. If you're on the losing side, then somebody's making money on your money. When you're making money, somebody's losing money. So your job is to be sure that you flow with the market, don't flow with outside of the market. That's a problem, all right? Protect your profits at all times, guys. Your profits is the one that you need to keep, not worried about somebody else's profits, but somebody got to lose for you to win. Okay. The market has to do nothing. Here's another one. Because of the fact you should protect your profits, trailing stops is one of the ways I do mine. I will take a trade and I'll have a trailing stop in. If it's running away real fast, because the market moves, especially trading NQ, it moves really fast. So therefore, when I get to a certain area, let's say 15 points, I'll start trailing, and it locks in profit for me. So no matter what happens in that trade, I will not be a red trade, it'll be a green trade, and I'm willing to expose my profits, the amount from the current per trade to the trail stop back into the market. I'm willing to expose that money there and to take the gains that the market would give me until I get to my profit target. So make sure you have trailing stops in place. Make sure you take profits when the profits make themselves available, meaning that you have a planned place where you're going to take profit out the market. If you know there's a high area of supply ahead of you, then take profit of about 2 to 4 ticks before that area, so it pushes in there, sells it out before it hit that area of supply, and the market dumps and go in the reverse direction, or bounces and go in the reverse direction and take some of your gain from you. This is how you break the paradigm of your faulty thinking, because you have an automatic trading process built into your trades. So it takes the human element out, it takes your emotions out, and it gives you profit as it makes available because you planned your trade. Okay, next thing will be scaling, reduce the contracts in your profit. So we have areas in our trade where we take it, we have 2 contracts on, we'll sell one at a certain number and sell the other one at a certain number. So therefore we planned our trades. So even if our thought process is faulty, fighting against us, the automation that we built into this predefined trading strategy that we back tested over time that works 50% of the time or better is the place where we decide to operate our trades and take money out as available. And our faulty thinking has nothing to do with it unless we get there and start playing with our stops and our targets, and then that will mess us up because we'll get into a place where we'll be at a disadvantage. Okay, next is be mentally prepared for this type of situation by acting in your own best interest. Meaning that if the market does not respond to you or doing the things that is best for you, then you take and you stop the trade. I'm going to get out. Why? I got in the trade and it's moving against me 5 points as soon as I push the button. Well, I may have gotten in too early and I will get out the trade. Whatever that may be for you, then I want you to use that to your advantage, guys. It is truly up to you. You're in control of everything that goes in your trading. So I want you to remember this fact here, okay? Remember this here. Acting in your own best interest is to protect yourself, and is much more important than finding a winning trade. So how do we stay green? we always act in our own best interest. It is, if it's to be a winning trade, it is up to us to make it that way. I want you to say these pledges with me, guys. Say them to yourself. You got to unmute yourself. But say them. I want you to do this here. I am a consistent winner because, and I want you to do a screenshot of this here. I want you to be part of your daily regimen. I objectively identify my edges. I'm a consistent winner because I objectively identify my edges. I predefine my risk on every trade I take. I completely accept the risk, or I'm willing to let the trade go. Okay, meaning that I will take the trade if it lines up with me. If I take it, I'll take the risk. If the risk is too great, I will let the trade go. I will not take the trade. I act on my edges without reservation or hesitation. This means that you will not be trading and your signal comes in, your actionable signal come in, and you say, let me wait and see if it's going to work out. Because if you predefine your work, guys, and you know how your trade is going to perform or how you expect it to perform, then if it doesn't line up with your edge, that means your actionable signal, and we use TLP to guide our trades, time, level, price. At the time, at the level, the price is in a level, we execute the trade. If it doesn't line up with TLP, it's not worth for us taking the risk, so therefore we pass on that trade. That's how we define ours. So when it shows up, without hesitation, we take the trade. Without hesitation, we take the trade. Next one would be for us. I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. I pay myself as the market makes money available to me. This is something that you have to truly, truly reprogram yourself to do, because of your faulty thinking, you can cause sabotaging to your trading. And I want you to be okay with your trades and everything you do. When the market gives you money, take the money out the market. Next one, I continually monitor my susceptibility for making errors. We all make errors, guys. I make errors. You make errors, and you don't think you do. Or follow your journaling and see. I know I make errors, but when I do, I recognize them immediately, and I'll get myself out of the situation that can cause harm to my bottom line. That's the way I look at my trading, and I believe that is the way that we're going to become master traders. Seventh thing is, I understand the absolute necessity of these principles. These are principles, guys, of consistent success, and therefore, I never violate them. I got a challenge for you guys. For everybody new, this is a 20-day challenge. Now, make $250 a day for 20 straight days. The reason I use that number is that it takes 21 days to create a new habit. If I can get you thinking positive, get you to being accustomed to winning trades, we're going to start getting out that old, bad, negative programming and replace it with good, healthy programming. So I want you to get used to taking money out of the market. I want you to get used to taking gains out of the market. That is where I want you to be at in your trading and in your trading career. Consistently taking money to be the money magnet in the trade. One thing I will say to you is this here. Make sure that you have take a picture of this too, guys, screenshot. Make sure you have this trading hierarchy in plan. See, I want you to be the professional trader that considers, and this is what a novice trader and a professional trader would consider to be important. A professional trader considers the patience, taking emotions out of the trading, and a psychological approach to the market. These are the most important things that a disciplined trader or a master trader would do, or professional as you are, because you are a professional trader. See, you have discipline, meaning that you don't just take any trade whatsoever. You have the discipline to wait for the best trading setup, that is your TLP. You have no emotions tied to your trades, so you're not emotionally trading because, oh, I got to get my money back. Oh, the candle is running. It's exciting. I like to see the candle moving. They do that intentionally, guys, to get you stuck on looking at that trade in one direction, and then you take and you let that trade go, and you chase the candlestick. As soon as you push in, they take and they turn the trade around against you. That's intentional, guys. That is intentional. So I want you to reprogram that aspect of your trading. And I want you to be able to make the good decision when it comes to take trading. You would not do formal trading. Fear of missing out. It ran away, but it's not opportune time for you to enter. So you don't go in there and you start trying to catch a trade that's not in the right place for you. You wait for the retest or the pullback. So you don't FOMO and you're patiently waiting for the trading. You have discipline. You will keep that in your foremost mind. You would never revenge trade, meaning I lost $100. Now I'm trying to get my $100 back any way I can by any means necessary. And I'm just trading, rapidly trading. A good sign of FOMO trading is you keep getting right back in, right back in, right back in, right back in. That's FOMO trading, and that's revenge trading. You're trying to get your money back that you lost. Well, the money is gone. The past is the past. You're not the sum of your last trade. You're not the sum of your last trade. Now, make sure that you have a cold mindset. I'm only going to act on my actionable signals. I'm only going to do TLP. I'm going to restrain myself from doing anything that I know is not in my best interest. Therefore, I got a cold mindset. I just do the same thing over and over again, called rinse and repeat. And I always have to correct expectations of what the market will or will not do. I will always have the correct expectations. What I do, I look for my support and resistance area. If it's coming to the area, I'm going to take profit before we get there because I know the market's going to pull back some degree. I'm not willing to give it anything that they gave me. I want to keep my money. And when I'm green, I'm going to stop trading for that day. Why? Because I am in control of my destiny. I have a cold mindset. I am a professional trader, and I only act in my own best interest. Guys, if you follow these principles, you will become a better trader. Just think of the things that may be holding you back. Get the book, Rich Man, Poor Man. That's another good book. The Millionaire Next Door. That's another good book. What to say when you talk to yourself, foremost and first of all, get that book. I'm going to start teaching some of the principles here on a couple of our mindset courses. But I pray that this helps you guys out. And I just know that it changed my life. So I am Coach Kelvin with Dominant Trader Coaching. If you want to know more about the coaching programs, go to our website, check it out, and see if we have something that can help you.